Hi guys, welcome back to another studio vlog. So today I'm going to be showing you guys how I make my planners, and in between that I wanted to talk about some of those mistakes that I have made in my first year of business. Well, it's not officially my first year until December, but while I'm in the trenches of it, I definitely want to talk about some of those things that I would do differently, some of the things that I did in the beginning that you really don't have to do that I did, and then probably some things that I would continue to do that I'm doing now. Also, these planners that I'm making launch on the 1st. So if you want to see more of that, definitely tune into my Instagram and TikTok. We are going live on the 30th at 6 p.m. to show off the product. So first lesson I got for you is if you're going to be sourcing overseas, I talked about this on last vlog. When I sourced overseas for my first planner, I bought so many, 300 actually. Let me just tell you the amount. I bought 300 planners to be exact, 300. Now, I have not sold all of those planners, and as confident as I am in my business, I know I'm going to sell them. So I started with 13 boxes and now I'm down to 4 boxes. So I've actually sold a lot of planners. But the thing is, because I bought them overseas, I had to price them at a price point that was honestly really high for my market. And I realized that after the fact. Although the product was great quality, although the planners phenomenal, right? Like I put my time into the planners. I made sure that I did everything I could possibly do to ensure I had the perfect planner. What I didn't think about is the price of the planner because I had to factor in shipping costs, the planner costs, marketing for the planner, um, any like shipping supplies, whatever it took for me to actually launch the product in my first planners. I accounted for that in the price, and that hiked up the prices. And I didn't necessarily like that because again, if I want to cater to moms and I also want to cater to people who aren't moms, but people who budget, who are budget friendly, who are trying to take control of their finances and actually get their lives together like I am. And, I want to make sure that I'm not pricing them so high to where people cannot be reached. Meaning, if I have a $50, $60 planner, I think that's good for some people in some shops. People can do that. But I want to be able to reach as many people as I can. I still want to make a profit, but I also want to be able to reach people. And I think my price point in the beginning, yes, I sold the planners and I'm very happy and I'm blessed to be able to have sold what I have sold so far. Um, but I am now making my own planners in order to price them at a reasonable price where I can still make profit and then they also can be reached by many people. I hope that makes sense. Lesson here is if you are going to source overseas, consider the price before you purchase and consider the price of after you purchase because you got to resell them. So, what is that sweet spot? And I didn't have that sweet spot. I had it after the fact. Like I thought about it after I purchased the planners and after they got to my home. And then when I sat down and did the numbers, I was like, holy smokes. Like, in order for me to recoup all the money that I have spent, I would need to price him at this price point. And I still didn't even price him as high as I should have, or could have, honestly, considering what I put into it. But I I'm okay with knowing that now that I'm making my own planners, I don't have to purchase them overseas anymore. So I still, like I said, I have 4 of those boxes left that I have to sell. And those planners are actually going to be on sale on Black Friday. And I probably am just going to be breaking even on those planners, honestly, which I am okay with. Because again, now I get to make my own planners and I price them at the price point that I want, and I don't have to price them so freaking high. Next lesson that I would say is just be mindful of what you put out there and the timing of it. So my launch happened on December 29th. I would not do another launch after the holidays. I think that you have to be mindful of when people are spending money. So if I did something after Christmas, well, everyone is broke after Christmas. No one is trying to purchase anything after Christmas, you know? So just be mindful of when you launch, the timing of it. Just think about even for yourself. Like if you just had Christmas, are you going to turn around and buy more items after Christmas? Probably not. So, next lesson is in terms of marketing, ads, all those things. I'm not going to say that that's something that you shouldn't do. I would just say be mindful of how you do it, okay? So, for me, this is what I did a couple months ago for my business. When I launched December 29th, 2024, I had already paid influencers anywhere from $100 to $300 in order for them to make ads for me, and then for me to be able to market those ads, and then also for them to post on their channels, whether that's YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, okay? Now, I worked with about four influencers, three, sorry. I worked with three influencers. Phenomenal influencers. I love them so much. I'm so thankful for them because they said yes. They gave my business a chance, of course, to market it. I was just starting off, so I didn't even know if they were going to say yes. I feel like their rates were good because I do feel like influencers can charge way more considering the audience that they have. The influencers that I chose have great audiences. I mean, I completely love their channels. Um, what I would do differently is, for one, I didn't need all those influencers. I didn't need three influencers. I could have just chose one. Okay, that's my first thing. Second thing is, although I love those influencers, I should have paid attention to my market. Again, market meaning who are the people that you're selling to, okay? So granted, the influencers who created ads for me, who posted on their channels and things, they brought in great traffic. But traffic does not always equate to sales, right? So I seen the traffic there, but I didn't see the sales from it. And that was something that I didn't even think about. I'm thinking if they have hundreds of thousands of followers and they market to these followers, there got to be some people who are going to buy from me. And although I did get sales here and there, it wasn't enough for me to justify what I paid, okay? So I think if you are going to use influencers to market your product, make sure you find people who actually do what you are having to market. Meaning, I should find influencers who are budgeters to market my product. I should find influencers, yes, they do mom content, but they also show budget friendly ways on how to manage their household and things that they do, like, you know, or they're really into stationery products. Like that's the mindset that I feel like you should go into when you're thinking about the influencers that you are reaching out to. Now, on the opposite end, I've had influencers who I have sent things to who I didn't pay, and this is after the fact, right? So this is after I did that first time with the influencers. When I thought about my process again, and I said, okay, Yasmin, you gotta rethink who you're sending it to. I rethought who I sent my product to. I sent them the product, and I got many sales from those people who are actually budgeters, who are inside of my market. That is what I should have done in the beginning. And I didn't even have to pay for it. All I sent them was free product. And they promoted my product, they used my product, and they used it not just that one time, they used it multiple times in videos. That brought me the sales and generated the traffic that I needed. and it generated repeat customers. And sorry, not customers. I hate saying customers. It generated repeat supporters. And that's what I needed in the beginning. And I didn't do that. So just be mindful of that. Also, what I did is I paid for ads on Instagram and Facebook. Again, although it brings the traffic, it did not equate to the sales that it should have. So I don't even pay for ads anymore. I don't pay for ads anymore. I don't do it. I did it in the beginning. I don't think ads are worth you paying them for. If you want the traffic, then yes, I definitely got the traffic from it. I got people following me. I got all that. But if you want the sales, I don't know if that is like the best route for you. I think organic traffic is what works for me. And I'm seeing that even on my YouTube channel. I haven't paid YouTube a dime. I haven't paid Lemon8 a dime. A dime. And I have managed to grow my channel on YouTube organically. I've gotten sales from my YouTube channel because I can see it when people click on the link and it comes through to my Shopify site. I can see it all. And even on Lemon8, I have grown my Lemon8 to almost 5,000 followers, and I haven't paid a dime. And people on Lemon8 go to my Shopify site and they purchase all the time. So I think for me and for anyone who's starting off, try to grow your channel organically. Try to grow whatever social media platforms you have organically, because I feel like those are the people who really want to follow you, who are genuinely interested in what you are selling and probably will purchase. Again, loved my influencers that I worked with. I am so appreciative of what they did. I just don't think that route is for me. And maybe it could be for you, but just be mindful of what you do. Last thing I would say is don't compare your shop to anyone else's shop. Do not compare your journey to anyone else's journey. This is your journey. This is your journey, not anyone else's. And it's so easy to compare when you see other people thriving. But just remember, they also started at the beginning. I love y'all. I will see you guys in next vlog.